ladies and gentlemen. Got another Sunday night. Hopefully, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable again doing this because it's been a while. So today we're going to start talking about, is everyone lying to you a bit with what's going on in the market? Sometimes you are being lied to because the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics. So macroeconomics is a whole and micro is a just like small subset. And I've just been noticing that a lot of broadcasts lately on YouTube have been extremely negative. And then you can just go behind it. But when you look at the video, at some point, they turn it positive. So they're using the standard ploy of giving you a negative headline. So you click on it and then hoping to keep you going. I tried not to do that. I did it for this one. There was a little bit of clickbait. I admit it up front. I just wanted to see how many are going to click on it because of all the clickbait. But you know what? I don't know what's going on this week. So this week should have been among the heaviest weeks we've had. And let's kind of look at it here. We are, go ahead and just get into this for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen. Like I say, I intentionally do not look at these numbers ahead of time because I want to be surprised to see what's going on. So let's take a look. So in the last 7 days, we've had 722 listings come on the market, 163 come back on the market, 497 price decreases, which means we still have people who are overpricing their homes and they're not getting what they want for them quick enough. And here's the big thing. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it again. When you overprice your home, saying the following, I'm trying to get more money, you're going to get less money. Over the last few weeks, we have started to have multiple offers on homes, multiple offers. And yet we're in a situation where, people are having to lower prices. Do you know why? Because they started off with that mindset. The mindset you have to do is you need to be set for what the market demands, either going up or down. You need to be ready for that market. Let's see here. We have 326 under contract for show, 625 for no show, which means, if my math is correct, 951. 644 sold, which means we have fewer sales than came on the market. Yet, I don't see it as a bad thing, although I would really expect more sales right now. I think some of the issues that we're having is, interest rates went up again, and it kind of shocked some people. So if interest rates stayed where they were, we'd probably be in a little bit better position right now. 103 expired. That's actually quite a bit, considering, a year ago, this probably would have been 20 or 30. So those are people who did not come to realism. And let's see. Let's take a look at some expireds, what we get here. So the majority of them are actually withdrawals that went to expired. So what it is they said, I'm not getting what I want for my house. So you see, like, dang near all of them. I wonder if I can sort this one. Nah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, you see the majority of this are withdrawals. So these folks went, oh, I can't get what I want, so I'm going to take it off the market. And then at some point, you have to realize these homes are still under contract. So when they do finally get to that expiration date, they fall out. And that's what's happening here. So withdrawals, 136. And eventually you'll see these in the expireds. Withdrawn conditional, 80. And coming soons, 85. That's actually a nice little number there. So those are what the numbers say. We are close to the end of the month, so we can now go in and do a search and figure out. Well, first of all, let's figure out what's out there. So condominiums, we have 656. My new thing I'm doing now are manufactured, just for those who want to know. And I forgot to put this down to Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. Okay, so 65 and go back to condos, 606, not too far off. So see, that was a big drop there. So a lot of these were probably in outlying areas like Pahrump and stuff like that. But I normally don't go around the hump to Pahrump, but I do know agents there. So if you do need to buy a house in Pahrump or some other place, just let me know. I mean, all the way up to like Alamo and stuff like that. I know guys. So just let me know. Okay, single family, 3920. We're going to look in a minute here to see how that compares. Townhouses, 427. Let's go look at some data. I'm going to pull this up. Going to go to applied analysis, the folks we use. Unless I'm saying we, like a nurse or being French here. So let's go to last month's numbers. So last month we had 4196 units available, and we now have, I'm going to just go back to family, single family, 3920. So little hand, big hand, we are down over, what's that, about 260. So the units that are available are actually coming down. Unfortunately, they lump condos and townhomes together. Let's go see. And 1103. So let me see here. We got 1133. It actually climbed. So we now have more condos. Now let's go in, see what's sold. And we're going to go from the first of the month till today. Now, in all honesty, something that closed on Friday, they should have put it into the system, but maybe an extra day or two. So during that period, condos and townhomes, we had 334 sell. And I'll compare that to, interesting. So if I extrapolate that out and pull up a little calculator here. Where's my little calculator? Why aren't you showing up? Oh, there we go. So if I take, maybe I should just put it someplace else. Sorry, I like to show my numbers. But so 334, I'm going to use 30 as the base number, times 20. Oops, actually, hold on here. Forgetting elementary math. Times 30 as a base number. So 435, if you extrapolate it out, this is actually not holding up to where we thought things would be. So as you can see, it is down over 150, 100, what's that, 49? Yeah, let's just call it 150. I'm not going to do math in public. So condos and townhomes did not do as well. Let's see what we get for the single families. Single family, 1251 compared to 2361. I am not feeling good about this. So let me divide that out. So that is going to equate to, let's just call it 1,630 sales. And we go back here and compare. Ouch. We got fewer sales going on. Okay, let's go tail of the tape. Let's figure out. Let's go to look at our results. Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Sold so far this month. Okay. What is going on? I'm hearing, I mean, now I'm starting to go like, are they lying to me? Because I've heard so many people talk about how no, all these houses are getting multiple offers. And I'm starting to see like, wait a minute. Why are they getting multiple offers when it's fewer out there? So let's go in here and look at the results. So close price 430 for the median, and that I'm still going to say this is about 430 because the run numbers I've been running have been 430. They use a few little outlying areas like Pahrump, which I'm not using. So there could be a difference, which means we are now, I say these numbers are going to be pretty solid. We are now 6 months solid on the sales price. So nothing is going up and nothing is going down, yet the sales are going down. So I don't know if that has to do with current interest rates or not. So let's go back here and I don't know. Probably shouldn't have done that one. Let's put this back in here through this month. And let's do this condo and townhome. And let's go see what the results are. $267,500. Let's compare that. So that's surprising. These numbers don't make sense to me. We have fewer home sales, fewer condo sales. I know the number, I mean, we actually have more condos on the market now, and yet the median price went up. That does not make any sense. And I put out a video a couple of weeks ago talking about when the best time to list your house and get it sold for the most amount of money. It was this week. So all the PhDs over at realtor.com, I don't know what they were smoking because it just didn't add up. These numbers don't add up. So yeah, I really don't know what to say. I would almost say everything's a lie now. But you know, I'm not going to run the effective months of inventory. So I would probably say that creeped up a little bit. I'm not going to run the numbers. Let's see if I have anything else here. I may as well cover one thing. That way I've covered it because I said I would in a video in case I don't get to it. I did a video not long ago about, uh, you know, areas of the town and like crime rates and stuff. And somebody left a comment saying that this is redlining. No, so when I go back and I thought they meant to explain redlining. They're claiming that the video was redlining. Well, first of all, let me explain what redlining really is. So we'll pretend this pen is a red pen. So I got red ink. Back in the day, 50s, 60s, probably some of the 70s even, minority neighborhoods and all the other neighborhoods were on a map. And what banks would do is they would go in and outline minority neighborhoods with a red pen, and they would not lend over that line. That is redlining. That is not loaning to someone because of where they live based upon the racial makeup of that neighborhood. That is redlining. A better one, if they were thinking about it, which the video was not, and I'll explain, is called steering. Steering is actually, you know, somebody going like, you know what? I wouldn't live over in that neighborhood. there's a bunch of whatever. You really want to live over here. Or steering is, you know what? I'm looking for higher price points. People trying to come in here and buy $400,000 homes isn't doing it for me. I want them in $800,000 homes so I can make more money. Not me, just people saying that. So what they do is they denigrate a neighborhood or a house to get someone to go at a higher level. So another good example of what steering is, let's say a house, because some sellers still don't get the picture, is we're going to use two houses. They're both $500,000. Make it easy. One house, the owner saying, I want to make more money or keep more money. So I'm only offering out, I'm not using numbers because commissions are negotiable. I have to say that commissions are negotiable. I'm using examples. I'm going to offer out 2% commission. Well, somebody comes along and it's like, well, I'll make $10,000 from this. Whereas another seller, they go like, commission is whatever. And we're offering out 3%. I'm not setting a price. I'm just using this as an example. So the commission is 15,000. Well, some people may go like, 10,000, 15,000, which is more. And, they now start finding all of these things that are wrong with the house. Look at that crack up there. What do you think of that crack? I would really worry about that. Get to the one where they can make 15,000. Oh, a crack like that? That's nothing. That's a settlement crack. Every house has that because the land shifts after a few years. So all you got to do is put some stucco on it. You're good, which is true. I really worry about that roof on this $10,000 house. A couple of $100 to get it fixed. That is actually steering. So if you're presenting data, so like let's say I put out a video talking about the best neighborhoods to live in, and I use that's actually it was actually crime rates and stuff. And I just use crime rates from, let's say, Metro or Henderson Police or North Las Vegas Police. That's empirical data. If I say like, what are best places to live for the best schools, then I go to a site that's kind of authoritative like bestschools.org, and I just use the numbers they use. So I'm just providing empirical data. You can interpret it whatever way you want. So I just wanted to clear that up, and I may do an entire video because redlining in a way still happens. There was a case, I'm talking like last year, where they found a bank was redlining. Last year. But they had probably been redlining for years, and then that's when they found it was last year. So that's it. And may as well talk about discrimination in real estate because of Fair Housing Act. These are things you probably need to know. Well, you have things that, because you're supposed to be able to live wherever you want. And if it's a matter of race, age, sexual orientation, familial status, here in Nevada, ethnic heritage or whatever. There's one extra added in Nevada. You're not supposed to discriminate on people like that. You can actually sue, and it can go to like the federal government can come in and do something about it. Now, there are, believe it or not, some exceptions. We talked about, I don't know if I mentioned it, age. Okay. Believe it or not, there is a provision to discriminate based on age. And that is for 55 plus communities. So they have an exemption of that. And they can say people under the age of 55 either can't live here or, the head of household have to be 55 or above, or we can only have a certain percentage. That is actually legal. Another one, believe it or not, has to do with religion. So I'll make up a religion so I don't get anybody ticked off. What is it? The Postatarians or whatever. So the Postatarians create I don't know, a neighborhood or something, or a, a I don't know, a condo unit or something for Postatarians. Well, if they can actually limit it to Postatarians. And believe it or not, there's actually another one is in Nevada, you have to hold a property manager's certificate to manage property. It requires you being a real estate agent, one, and two, you have to take 24 hours of extra training, pass a test, be at a brokerage that allows it, a whole bunch of other stuff. So you're not allowed to discriminate, period. But you don't have to use a property manager. Some people like to save money and they will try to manage it themselves, which is another issue. I'll get into it in a second. Without using a property manager, you can manage up to 4 of your own properties. Although I never thought about it, it probably equates to a fourplex. You kind of get a pass if you discriminate as a property owner who is renting out their own properties, but it's like a one-time get out of jail free card kind of thing. But no matter what, you should be very careful about that, because I'm sure somebody is going to start looking into you, and they're going to find something else. And then your one free get out of jail card is gone. And what I was going to talk about is some people want to save that 7% or whatever the property manager is charging. Different property managers charge different things. Some have flat fees, some have minimum fees. And what happens is they go, oh, I'll just manage myself and save this money. And then down the road, what ends up happening is they have to like sell their house or are going to sell their house. Then they walk up to the real estate agent. And it's like, can you handle these tenants I have? And the real estate agent goes, no, I can't, because that's practicing property management, which is a $10,000 fine unless you have the certification. And then the person, because it's happened to me a few times, then the person's like, I just don't understand. Why can't you handle getting rid of the tenant? It's like, I can't do that. That's property management. You wanted to save money. You need to get rid of them yourself. And then one I could think of, which was really interesting, which blows me away, is the tenant was making no efforts to get out of the house. So the property owner, seller, actually wrote them a letter saying that they need to be out by such and such date. And for every day they stay there, they need to pay $20. The rent was like $1,800. You already see the issue. $20 is $600 a month, which is 1/3 of their rent. Who wouldn't take that deal every day? Yeah. So even though I normally don't do rentals, if I'm doing some kind of real estate transaction with somebody, I will do a rental then. Like if somebody is like, I'm selling the house as the listing agent and the tenant is still in there, I will help them find a new place, because I feel I'm doing this for my client because they need to get rid of them. I'm not practicing property management. All I'm doing is helping them find another place, and it's just to help that client. On the other end, when I'm representing a buyer, I don't know how many times I've gone to the tenants. It's like, so what are your plans? They're like, I don't know. I mean, the agent isn't helping you? No, they said they don't do rentals. That is the sickest thing I've ever heard of. I remember in one case, it's not a renter per se. This lady reaches out to me, and what was going on is she sold her house and she was buying a new build. Well, the house sold in the first weekend, and the agent made no provisions or anything, and she needed to get out in 30 days, but her house wasn't going to be built in over 6 months. Where's she going to go? So first time I'm like, isn't your agent handling this? Oh, by the way, this is what gets really nice. The agent helped helped them buy the new bill. I've said this before, it ain't a lie. When you go up into a new build, um, for the most part, every once in a while I gotta do extra stuff, but most people, it's like, okay, thank you, and it's done. I've actually told one client one time, and he was thanking me and stuff. I'm like, bro, I ain't do nothing, but we came to the place, you bought the place, and 6 months later they're giving me a check. I kind of feel it's unfair. I don't know. And he's like, "Oh no, you did a good job." I'm like, "Doing what?" But anyway, he helped him find the new bill. Wasn't doing anything. Refused to help her find a place to live. And I'm like, so he made a commission on this side, helped you find the new bill, help, and they're getting a commission on that side, and they refuse to find you a place to live. Man, that's dog it, dog it. But it's the way it is for some folks. I was hoping somebody would have a question by now. I really don't see anything. Uh, hmm. So I got 5 people on right now, trying to see if anybody has any questions of what's going on in the market, because I will not lie. This is baffling. I really expected completely higher numbers right now because this was supposed to be the week that was going to be the highest number of sales for the year. And I'm sitting there and it's like, why are there? I mean, the sales are okay, but I mean, it should be going gangbusters. And I'm sitting there and I'm in meetings and people are talking about all the multiple offers they're getting. And I'm like, how? How are you getting multiple offers? I'm looking at this and it's, I don't know. Let me see if I can find this one and drag it over. A lender sent this to me not too long ago. See if I can find this. Where is? Here we go. So let me. I'm not going to slide that over. So they get a little bit of free publicity here. I'm going to drop this down, open it up, then slide it over. So this is for this company here. They sent it to me out the blue. Now, 30-year fix, 6.75%. That's no, as of what date he sent this to me? I think it's Friday. Yep, Friday. So we closed the day at 6.75%. Well, a couple of weeks ago, that was 6.3%. FHA, 6.125%. A couple of weeks ago, it was 5.9 or something like that. Same thing for the VA. It's up. I'm going to not pay attention to jumbo, and I don't pay attention to investments, but these numbers are up. So let's just try to go to mortgage calculator here just to see what that did to buying power. So we're going to use that median price we just came up with. We're going to average is about 3% down in reality, 6.75%. I'm going to take everything else out just to make it fair. So 30-year, I'm not going to worry about the property tax PMI. So the payment would have been 2705. I'll put this down here. It's an old man. And if you had purchased the house at 6.3, Be 2581. So minus 2581. So just that, buy the same house, since they haven't changed, it's going to cost you an extra $124 a month just because of this interest rate spike. So I don't know if that's really enough to stop people. So it's really, I mean, dang. The title of this was Las Vegas Housing Market, or housing prices done falling. Well, they seem to be done falling, but they're just sliding along the bottom. It's been what is it now? 6 straight months of the same home value. Nothing going up, nothing going down. Let me do this. Let me just go back a couple of months. Got myself plenty of time here. I'm waiting for somebody to sign some paperwork to get it over to me. At that point, I may end this. So let's just go back to January. Whoops. What am I doing? I should be using their numbers. Huh. I keep forgetting there's other people's numbers. So in January, there were 1,300 units sold. But last month there was 2,300. This month is 16. Okay, let's go to February. Let's see what we got there. I'm an old man, so I can't remember what happened on certain. 17. Interesting. So in reality, last month was the big push up, and now it's coming down, and I wasn't even showing you this stuff. Hold up. So here's January 1325 to February 1724 to March 2361. And let's complete this crazy pie by going to March of last year. $3,272 sales. So sales are way down. Wow. But in the inventory, this is right before everything switched and people were still paying 50,000 over. It was 2,000. Yeah, inventory has doubled. Effective months of inventory 1.8 compared to 0.6. So let's see here. So here's the thing. Like I got a comment the other day saying the housing market's crashing because look, the number of houses have doubled. Yes, they have, but it's 1.6 months of inventory based upon the actual numbers sold in units. So if we go back, look at this, just way more units than inventory available. Let's go back to March of 2021. Still a lot. 3726, 1772 available, 0.5 months. Let's go back to March of 20. This is when we thought everything was going to fall off. 2758, 5687, right at the start of COVID, 2.1 months of inventory. Let's go back even further. 2019, well before COVID. Is covert? See, look, sales are down, but look at the units. A year before COVID, and this was still considered. And I did it to myself again. Okay, let's go do this again. I think I've shown 22, but 3272, 205.6 months. 2021, 3726, 1772 available, 0.5 months. Go back a year before COVID, 2758, 5687 available, 2.1 months. And remember, a seller's market is anything under 5 months. Whoops, wait a minute. 2019, where it was still considered short, but nobody was putting in these crazy offers like they were in 20 and 21 and part of 22. 7,091 available, 2.7 months of inventory, and all anyone could talk about is they couldn't find houses. Let's see where we're going to go. 2018, March. Oh, come now. What in the world is this? Okay, we're going to stop there because, no, I can still look at it. Let's see here. See, 8,500 units available. Still considered a shortage. I'm not used to looking at these numbers. Where does it give me months of inventory? I can't see where months of inventory are on here. But we had that's what inventory is. It's numbers. I only present you with numbers. Like I said, I don't even look at them before I come on because I want to analyze them, kind of figure it out a little bit. But I don't know. Are housing prices done falling? I say they are. Are they going to go up? I say they are not. The buyers we have a new crop of buyers now. And those buyers, they're not looking to pay over. They're looking to pay under as much as humanly possible. So a lot of those multiple offers, I'm not going to lie to you. No, you're not saying no price is over. The buyers are smarter now. They are looking at the numbers, the stats. They're looking at the real comps. So if you price your house at 400,000 and the last house sold for 475, all you're doing is wasting your time. For buyers, I still say the same thing. What I have noticed is all of those multiple offers have one thing in common. One thing, they're new houses on the market. Yeah, they're still beautiful and everything like that, but they're newer houses on the market. These people have been sitting around, 70, 80, 90 days. At some point, they're going to get just a little bit frustrated. And sometimes you can take advantage of that frustration and, in all honesty, do some lowballing, because I'm seeing lots of inventory out there that's really been on the market a long time. Now, some selling agents, listing agents have this trick they try, and it kind of works, kind of doesn't, is they will take the house off the market and relist it at the lower price that it needed to be, to kind of take away that stigma. The problem is most people use this thing with a Z called Zillow. When you do that, Zillow still continues to count to the beginning day. So people looking at it on Zillow, if it's been on the market 120 days, they see 120 days, not 2. Thing is, I don't know if as many people look at Zillow for those numbers, because the big thing I notice when I go out with buyers, one of the questions they ask is how many days it's been on the market. And all I can do is pull up what the MLS says, which is, in this example, 2 days. So that's what we get. Just waiting to see if somebody has any questions. I don't want to leave until I know everybody's questions are answered. If you have, I don't care what that question is, I want to answer it for you, because we're living in a curious market. No, it's not crashing. 2007, before we had the last crash, thing people don't realize is there were 20,000 homes on the market. The population of Las Vegas is more than 500,000, or the area, Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson was over 500,000 people less than it is now. So that creates some interesting things. We live in an interesting time where, new home developers, a year ago didn't offer you anything, and they were being crazy. Like talked about the one where it happened that I know of in Texas and Atlanta, where the new home builder ripped away the home from the buyer the day when it was finished. It's like, okay, the home is now worth $450. You paid $300 for it. You need to give us $450. Oh, you don't have $450 to give us? We're just going to put it on the open market. And they did. It was rare, but one thing to think about are the numbers or the contracts they use. Technically are not contracts, because a contract has to have consideration for both sides. They're one-sided contracts. It's kind of like when you join the military and you sign your contract, those pink papers, like if you're in the military, if you're ever in the military, here's the thing. It's an agreement. When your time is up, I'm sure you've heard of stop loss and things like that. Oh, your time is up. We need you to stay. So what good of a contract is that? And their contracts, quote unquote, it's in there that if they can, it's very one-sided, that they can take the house from you if they want to. It's very rare that it happens, but it happens. About the only good news you can get is they will give you your earnest money back. The bad news is if you had a house that you purchased a year ago to be built, that house may have been 300,000 then, maybe 450 now. You still got to go and get a house for 450. So, but if you were to cancel, this is why it's so bad, in my opinion. They get to keep your money, and then they get to sell the house for what the current market is. Back, in the bad old days, a year plus ago, I'd seen this with some builders, where the person canceled their contract, and that's like you're sitting there, you're knowing that they kept all of that money, and then they're now selling it for that additional amount, and it's sickening. It's sickening to me. A lot of builders are starting to try to act right lately, so we'll see what happens. Those of you who are not watching this online live, notice I've been trying to do a few more of going to the builders and looking at the inventory that's out there. If you guys like that, let me know. And I'm thinking about doing some more stuff because someone had mentioned some of the ones you've seen me put out there. It's actually like this tour thing called Training Tour, where they take all of the realtors around to new home builds. So it'll be, one home, Pulte Homes this time, KB Homes this time, Century Homes the next time. And they'll show you what all their new stuff is. Well, the bus driver, he was going like, what he really loved was drone video of the neighborhoods, just any drone video. And it's like, I am licensed as a drone pilot. I'm actually a commercial pilot, so you don't actually need a drone license. But there we go. And that will actually be illegal in 4 months. That's another longer story. Some new thing with the FAA. So you can't even fly that anymore, or starting September 17th. So if you guys want me to start doing neighborhood tours with a drone, let me know. I've got several drones I'm flying right now, and I've got 2 that are going to be compliant after September 17th with the new regulations. So I'm thinking about some other stuff. And one of the drones I have, it's actually not some little toy. It's like a real drone. And it's actually one of the things is meant to be flown indoors. Let me see if I can find this. Hold up. I don't know if I can, but it's actually interesting. And I'll show you kind of what it is. They actually took this particular drone and the Porsche Museum in Germany. They actually like flew it around there. Let's see here. I'm just wasting time. Which makes somebody they have a question. Where's my Porsche Museum? Okay, let's try this. And I thought I downloaded it. Let me go to a YouTube video, see if I can find it, because it was actually on YouTube. I download my YouTube videos that I really like because I don't want to take a chance on them disappearing or something. Let me see. Called the DJI Avata. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm gonna start it up. Let you see it. I think I'm sharing sound. I'm not sure. Sucker slick, huh? I think that's enough. You get the idea. So what I've been thinking about doing is starting, you know, anyone who's not super afraid, because like, oh, you're flying a drone inside. I mean, it's you see what they were doing there. It's actually meant for that. Um, so yeah, they put out a drone, a real professional drone that's meant to be flown indoors, and it's really cool because it's got you wear goggles while doing it, so you have a complete first-person view, and the controller you fly it like an airplane. So you pull back the stick, push it back. It's really cool. So I've been thinking about doing flights inside of houses to do tours, and I'd love to get a permission from a new home builder. So instead of the same old tours that you're seeing, just flying through the houses and doing the tour that way, if I can get permission, because I don't want someone to get all crazy. It's like, oh my God, you're flying a drone in the house. Okay. Well, no questions. Usually by now I'd have a few questions. And if some Kenny is on, or I only thought about it today, you did not remind me about your aunt for Boulder City. Uh, now that I remember, I told you I have senior moments. I'll try to get that out to you. Uh, no questions. I mean, I've been stalling here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end it since nobody had any questions. I'll be back next week, and hope you guys enjoy it.